the condition of London at the moment is that it's a world city, and the universities in the city have to reflect that, and we have to take advantage of it and build on it. And it's good for students from the UK, it's good for students from Europe, and it's good for international students to have this position as being a hub.
I think an international community, an international student body, is increasingly taken for granted, increasingly essential in the 21st century in London, and people learn a lot from each other. I just hear stories all the time of one of the best features of campus life is that they met people from every continent, that a student meets people from every continent, they share different experiences, they learn about different cultures, and it feels like the way in which modern students should be living as opposed to being isolated and more segregated. Plus, I think it just actually helps the educational value. It raises the educational value of any programme when you can compare and you can draw on different experiences instead of just thinking there is one set experience that should dominate.
I think students actually choose to come to Goldsmiths frequently from overseas so they can enter into a kind of richer dialogue. They're not coming only to dialogue with English or with British students, they're coming to dialogue with an international community. And points-based immigration is gonna kill that effectively.
We know from the UK International Students' Council that 50% of, increasing 50% of visas were refused last year as a result of these new rules. That has got to be bad news for the higher education sector, particularly at a time when we are having cuts left, right and centre, and we are being told to recruit more international students. So economically it makes no sense, but also pedagogically, educationally, it makes no sense. These are students who are utterly brilliant to have in the classroom. They bring a depth of knowledge and understanding, an awareness of issues and concerns that completely enriches the educational experience for all of our students, especially our home students. Now, if we are putting those people off, we really impoverish the educational experience for everybody. And thirdly, it's like, we are not here to police. We are here as educators.
If we're seen as collaborating with an agency which is very aggressive to these students in a very kind of dumb, bureaucratic, passive-aggressive way, we lose out. It destroys what Goldsmiths is able to offer.
And of course, there's a real contradiction at the heart of all of these rules. The government is desperate to have more money coming in through international students. Billions of pounds are contributed to the balance of trade from international students, and yet they're making it more difficult for these international students to come, when we know that they make a contribution both to campus life as well as to the wider economy. So it is unethical, it is irrational, and in my opinion it's unfeasible as well.